Hey guys, it's fresh and clean Vadim from Max Tech, and as you know, Apple's WWDC just happened and they've left us with a ton of new features and changes with the new iOS 15 update, which surprisingly is going to be available on iPhones as old as the iPhone 6s. So what I'm going to do in this video is weed out all of the changes that aren't that big of a deal and just focus on the best features and changes that'll actually make your life better on a daily basis. So let's get started with the first new feature, which is the newly redesigned Notification Center, with changes that people have been asking for years. We've now got contact photos for messages and contacts within your notifications, as well as larger icons for apps to make them easier to see. There's also the new notification summary, which you can schedule to get delivered to you at whatever time you choose, and it uses machine learning and your past activity to put the most relevant and important notifications at the top and the least important at the bottom. This is going to be really awesome for those notifications that come throughout the day but aren't urgent, like a text message, which will always show up instantly like a regular notification. And of course, you can enable Do Not Disturb if you're busy, and one big change this year is that someone else using iMessage will be able to see that you've silenced your notifications before they text you. And if it's an emergency, they can push it through by tapping Notify Anyway. Apple is taking it even further with their new focus modes, like personal, work, sleep, or a custom focus if you want to make one, like for example, doing your homework. This is going to allow only the notifications related to each focus group to come through, so you won't get distracted with work-related notifications while you're with your family at home. And you can even customize the apps and people that are allowed to give you notifications while you're in each focus group. And even better, it works across all of your iCloud devices, so you can easily turn it on using your Apple Watch if that's more convenient for you. Moving on, the next awesome feature is all of the huge changes made to FaceTime. The biggest deal is that FaceTime is now finally opened up to non-Apple users, so you can create a scheduled meeting and share a link with others so they can join in no matter which device they're on. So basically, Apple is putting Zoom out of business because all of this is going to be completely free and everything will have end-to-end encryption that you can trust. On top of that, one huge surprise is the new portrait mode feature, which is supported on iPhone, iPad, or M1 Max, so the background is going to be blurred out so your friends and family can focus on your face. And I've got to say, this is basically hinting at Apple bringing portrait mode video to the iPhone, hopefully as soon as the iPhone 13, since that was already in the rumor mill. On top of that, audio is getting improved with both a new voice isolation feature, which gets rid of background noise, and then a wide spectrum mode, which makes background noise louder, which could potentially be useful in some scenarios. Another cool feature is SharePlay, which allows you to share content like music or movies with your friends as you FaceTime them. You can even watch a movie together at the same time, since it syncs between both of you, which is honestly really impressive. And since Apple opened up the SharePlay API with other developers, it might be coming to apps like YouTube, so you can share and show videos with your friends. But my personal favorite part of SharePlay is that you can share your screen with someone who needs help with finding a setting or anything else on their phone. Now, moving on to the next major change, the Wallet app is now finally going to support various keys and badges using the new ultra-wideband chip, which is already packed into every iPhone 11 and iPhone 12. For example, some new cars are getting support for Apple's car key feature, so you'll be able to walk up to your car and unlock it with just your phone. And Apple is basically working on bringing every sort of key to the Wallet app, like your house keys with specific third-party locks, your hotel room using your iPhone or Apple Watch, and even your workplace if your company supports it. But Apple isn't stopping there. They're allowing you to scan your ID or driver's license right into the Wallet app, so you don't have to worry about carrying it around. And apparently, Apple is already working with the TSA at airports to get iPhone identification support. This is basically ushering in the future where we no longer need to carry everything around with us, and I wouldn't be surprised if Apple is going to be bringing passport IDs onto iPhones very soon. The next great feature that is really gonna help with everyday life has to do with the AirPods. First up, there's the Conversation Boost feature for AirPods Pro, which will amplify the voice of someone you're talking to and allow you to dial down the ambient noise at the same time, which is gonna be perfect for people who require hearing aids. On top of that, Siri can now automatically read your notifications to you, and she can even read your shopping list to you as you're shopping, which is really convenient. Now, one of the worst things about AirPods was that they were pretty easy to lose, but now the same Find My features that came to the AirTags are now on the AirPods, so they can be located by other Apple devices as people walk by them. And now you can even play a sound to them even while they're in the case, and use the new proximity feature to find them. But the best part of all is the new separation alert feature, which will let you know when you accidentally dropped your AirPods and left them behind somewhere. Now, moving on to the next one, Siri is finally getting a new feature that I've personally wanted for years, and that's offline mode. Now, you no longer have to be connected to the internet to use Siri. So let's say you're out camping and you have no service, and you simply want to set a timer, you can now finally do it with no internet service. And the reason Apple is able to do this because with the new update, the audio never leaves your iPhone. Everything is processed on device using the neural engine, which gives you a couple of advantages. It's now much more secure and private, and on top of that, Siri is much faster than before since everything is processed on device. And all of that is part of Apple's continued push for privacy. So let's get into the new privacy features, which help keep your data safe and secure each and every day. Apple's new Mail Privacy Protection gives you some amazing features for free, like hiding your IP address, hiding your location, and even disabling read receipts so newsletters and advertisers won't be able to tell if you opened an email or not. On top of that, when you're browsing the web with Safari, Apple automatically hides your IP address from trackers, and you now get a new app privacy report, which will tell you the various ways apps access your private data, like your photos, webcam, contacts, microphone, and more within the last 7 days. Even better, you'll be able to see the third-party domains that the app is contacting and giving your data to, which is basically Facebook's worst nightmare, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they respond. But the absolute bombshell feature that blew my mind is Apple's new private relay feature for people who pay for iCloud Plus. Your internet browsing traffic gets relayed twice so that no one, including Apple, can see all of your browsing data, which basically means that it's a reliable VPN built into Safari, which is huge because you don't have to pay for any third-party service. And on top of that, Apple also has a new Hide My Email feature, which lets you create single-use email addresses that automatically forward to your actual email account, just in case companies start sending you a bunch of spam. And if that does end up happening, you can simply disable that specific burner email address and not have to worry about it. Now, on top of those privacy features, Safari is getting some major updates like a new redesign with the focus on tab management, with new tab groups that you can customize. There's a new tab bar on the bottom of the page that allows you to swipe between the tab groups and swipe up to reveal all of the tabs. There's also a new customizable start page, which automatically syncs with the Mac as well. And I think one of the most important new features is web extensions finally coming to the iPhone and iPad, so now extensions like Honey or something else will not be limited to just the Mac. And to make it even better, extensions share code with existing Safari extensions on the Mac, so it's going to be incredibly quick and easy for developers to bring them over to the iPhone and iPad. And finally, there's a feature that I've been waiting for years, and that's automatic translation. You can now simply open up the Translate app and have a conversation with someone else, both in your own native languages, and it'll automatically translate everything for you on the fly. And on top of that, you have system-wide translation, so you can select text anywhere you see it and tap Translate. But perhaps the coolest feature of all is able to translate text within a photo that you take, which is useful for when you're going on vacations to foreign places. And that works by using Apple's new live text feature, which allows you to take photos of text and then select it, which can be super convenient. So there you guys go. Those are all of the new iOS 15 features that actually matter in the real world for everyday life. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the circle above because we've got a whole lot more videos coming soon. Definitely check out one of those two right there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.